Right away, we already have some damn problems. I had to snatch my headset off because it was whining in my ear and whistling and all kinds of noise. And everybody out there, can you hear me all right? Everybody, give me a thumbs up. The people in the dressing in the green room. All right, cool. All right, you are train wrecked. I am the train. I'm going to bring in some other people who are not the train, but they are my conductors. First, I guess I'll go to the wife who's sitting across from me at the table. She uh She lives in the house and she cooks and cleans and stuff. She's my wife. And I'm distracted by my dog right now. Anyway, here's Shelly Coltrane.
Hello.
And of course, there's an echo already. Where's that coming from?
Hmm.
We have another. You know what? I think I found it. Nope, I did not.
I just muted my thing.
Oh, okay. Can you still hear her speak?
I can hear myself.
Okay. Can everybody else hear her? Is my okay.
I don't know, we're waiting for comments.
All right, and from the land. So this is our first full show, full staffed, back from what we used to do. Hello, Jake. How you doing? Also, Bunda is here, who's not really Bunda. And Armando, thank you for joining us. And I'll be damned if the dog didn't find a squeaky toy right when we go on the air.
Yep.
But anyway, this is Trainwrecked, and I am your host, the Coal Train. And today we're just going to kind of be pretty easy breezy. I put together a few clips. We have a new format. What we're going to do is basically news. We're going to give you news clips. We're going to talk about those clips, and then later on we get a little bit more interactive. Before anything, I am going to answer that question. How's the turtle? The turtle is fine. We actually just got it microchipped and getting real big, as a matter of fact. The other one is kind of a baby still, so she's happy that Morty's back. Isn't that a name for a turtle? Morty. He just looks like an old man, like when he sticks his head up above the water. He kind of has that. And he looks like he has glasses, like the kind with the chain that comes down.
Miss her daughter too. Whenever he sees her, she's just scraping.
Oh, just splash, 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 splash. I'm gonna go a touch out of order simply because I forgot my my run sheet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post this clip. If you did see Kenny's show, it was on there as well, and you also saw the fictionalized version of what happened, which is probably more entertaining. Of course, I forgot to download those pictures, so I'm gonna do that as well. But people are asking me, how the hell does a turtle get loose and how does it make it 5 miles away? Aren't those things slow? No, those are tortoises. A turtle is actually pretty fast. And this about minute clip will show you exactly what happened while I go to get my run sheet. And we're already starting off harder. So how does a turtle and a cat escape? Easily. Closed backyard, wall everywhere, nowhere to escape. This is actually where the turtles live. And we'll come back and see that. But yeah, you're not a small guy. A big fellow. And so he made his way over here. That's where all the goddamn painters left all their shit. And when they left their shit, this plank right here was completely missing. So both the cat and the turtle were able to squeeze out of there before we knew they were gone. So sad part was the camera didn't pick it up. Yeah, see how fast that was? And that was pretty slow.
Yeah.
He moves a lot faster than that.
He's probably like, I don't even want to be on this ground anymore.
I know.
for way too long earlier.
Oh, I bet he just hates the outside right now.
Yep.
And the cat, like, she tries to go outside, but then it's like, I think I'm good up
Yeah.
in here.
See Jake coming.
Let's see. Yeah, that's a fast turtle. Right now I'm trying to go to Facebook to make sure that since last time we were on, they weren't able to actually get on. As far as the comments go, they weren't able to actually get on. Where's that?
We're on your side.
All right, let's see.
So I work with a lot of people that live in Omaha, and my boss was actually in town in Scottsdale with me last week, and he happened to miss the storms. Unfortunately, his wife and daughters had to deal with them being out of power for 3 days, and then a couple of my coworkers, they were out of power for 4 days. My one coworker, his power went out Wednesday, and he just got it back yesterday. So 7 full days with no power. He has teenage kids, and he said it was a complete nightmare trying to figure out things to do, places to go to eat, because there's hardly any places that were either open or they were so full because there were so many people that were trying to get in air conditioning. Finding places to actually charge your phone. You don't realize how much everything is reliant on electricity until you don't have it.
I'll tell you what. I remember last time our air went out, it was right around Mother's Day,
Yep.
which in Nebraska, that ain't a bad deal. It's like, what, 70s? Shit, it was about 98. And I just remember that day, like, it just started getting hot in the room. It happens sometimes. You've been in here. We got the one vent in a gigantic room. And so, one area of the room can be just sweltering while the other one is freezing to death. But, it just started getting warm. And so I opened the vent up all the way and it was still warm. And then I went out to the thermostat and it was just kind of climbing. I was like, oh, shit, this don't, something ain't right. So I changed the filter thinking that would do it. And then, so I stood up and put my hand up against the vent and it was just blowing out lukewarm air. And I was like, oh. So we usually have our air set at about between 72 and 74, depending on how hot it is, because the sun just beats right into the window and we're upstairs. So heat rises. So it was at like 82 and I had it set at 72. So that's when your heart just drops, it's like something bad's about to go down. So of course they couldn't be out until the next morning, which I will give like the valley area, like they do come out relatively quick because there's like 100 million of the AC repair shops because we'll die.
Mhm.
Monuments of man's arrogance. And why the hell is this a city?
Right.
It's literally smack dab in the middle of the desert. Like if you go 80 miles south where Tucson is, why didn't we put Phoenix there? And then, good Lord. Well, you heard the bad thing.
Yeah.
It can be Death Valley. The good thing though is it's only like 3.5 months. So while you guys are, complaining about snow and trying to dig your way out of your house and that black ice, it's 70s, 80s, nice and breezy. Still can jump in the swim pool. Around January, February, it's cool, a little too cool for the swimming pool, but it's definitely nice. Like we're talking hoodie weather. Now, the nighttime in the wintertime, it can get below freezing. And the thing about the desert is the temperatures just drop. So it can be 70 and then just drop to 32. So that plunge, if you get stuck out in the desert at night, that's why you see like on cowboy movies, they're shivering by the time it happens. You're like, damn desert. And that was one of my dumb ass before we moved here. Got rid of all the heaters. I ain't gonna need no damn heater in Phoenix. Shit, I forgot that there's nighttime in the winter. So
And your blood thins, so you
yeah, after about a year, your blood thins out. And so we go back to Nebraska and everybody's calling us sissy because y'all got on, tank tops while it's 58 degrees outside and we're shivering. But again, I'll take that all day over humidity because we went to Nebraska back in June. Man, I tell you what, it was like 85 a couple of those days. As soon as I stepped outside, just balls, just gross. But when it's dry out here, you can step under a shade tree or something like that, and it literally drops 20 degrees. Um, it's dusk out here. That's another thing that sucks. I have to dust literally twice a week. So if you have allergies to dust, which surprisingly I don't. I'm allergic to a lot of shit that grew in Nebraska. But if you have dust problems, it's a bitch. But just get some air purifiers, you'll be all right. Um, Other than that,
So the other nice thing is if you do actually enjoy the winter or the four seasons, you can drive up north about 2.5 miles or 2.5 hours away from us, and they have all four seasons. They
there's
have snow,
Flagstaff,
they have all the fun winter
all
shit
the
if you
skiing.
if
Yeah,
you
Flagstaff's big on
like that
skiing.
stuff. Yeah. The drawback is that it's very expensive up there, but snowbirds go up there too.
People like make a lot of money here. So, see, that's one of the things. We have a lot of LA transplants that live here, but still work in LA, California, whatever. So they're working remotely, making that California money, putting it into Arizona property, which is, of course, raising our prices. So, either work here or take your ass back to California, the place you want to be. So, since we've been on air last time, Jay, what's been going on? Catch us all up, because the last time we were all full time on air was February. The pros,
Um, was when?
February.
Well, other than
No,
scene.
when
Our
I was
last
out
full
there
show.
with you guys.
No, our last full show. That was an abbreviated
Okay,
show. Our
okay,
last full
that's true.
show where we were full staffed was February.
um, not much. I had a birthday. I turned 51. Like I said. Um,
One.
Ooh, what did you do?
not sadly, not a whole lot has changed. My kid is still out for the summer, so it's still summer here. Um, but in Lincoln and the other towns, it'll be
It's true though.
it is.
Especially Al. Hey, a fat lady came to the store today. Anyway, continue. Had to throw that up there.
So I've just kind of had grandchildren cycling in and out, and now everybody's about to go back to school, except for the one here. So it's very quiet here. I only have the one that I'm allotted, and that's it.
I'm allotted. JJ, you don't look a day over 29. Somebody
I
trying to
like it.
butter up Miss Jackson. Let's see.
Oh, sorry.
No, you do it.
No, we do not bring in the turtles at night. The water, the big black thing that you saw when Coltrane put up the video, that's where they live essentially, and the water doesn't drop much at nighttime. I mean, it's cooler in the evening, but it doesn't really affect the water that much. We may have to change the approach once it becomes winter, though. I don't know. We'll have to see.
And from what I hear, they're native to here. So, because I was worried when he got loose, because it's going to start getting hot. We have had a string of bad luck in animals. I mean, that's why. Really, that's why I was gone for a long time. Was because anybody that's ever lost a pet, like we lost our Shih Tzu uh, March 10th, I think it was. Yeah, March 10th. And like as of that day, I was just a different person. And I've talked to several people where I just felt like, God damn, it's a dog. But even my psychiatrist said that the hardest loss she ever had was her Shih Tzu because it lived to be 17. Ours lived to be 14. But she said that was harder than any human she's lost, any friends she's lost, or anything like that. I mean, you essentially raise them. We had him 11, 12 years or something like that. So he went on every trip with us. I work at home, so I was always with him. And, it was about, 4 or 5 years ago, he started going a little bit blind, and then he went fully blind. Turned out he was diabetic. And the vet, man, she had us thinking we just had to put him down because she was just. I don't know what it is about vets as opposed to their techs, but the vets themselves are like Sheldon Cooper, like just
No
don't
social
have any kind of social skills at all. Give you the worst possible case scenario. That's what your animal has. It's going to cost you thousands of dollars a month. And is it worth it? You know, so after that bitch left, the tech came in and he was like, you got to do all that. He said, you just got to get a glucose monitor and, you know, just like a human being, just give him the insulin that he needs. He lived another 4.5 years. I want to go back and shake that bitch up.
And the sad but kind of funny thing is, we got the glucose monitor because we were supposed to obviously check his blood on a regular basis to see if it was too high or too low and then adjust accordingly. We discovered an amount that actually worked well for him. We would adjust it on our own if he was being lethargic or was acting strange. And the only reason why we would do it on our own instead of using the glucose monitor is because I swear to God, he bled dust.
Yeah, he had
Every
no blood
time
supply.
we tried to poke his paws like we were told how to do. I even watched YouTube videos. They get, there's different suggestions on how you can, where you can poke your animal to get blood. Every single place, nothing would come out. And after you poke them a couple of times, they're so agitated that brings up their blood sugar
Yeah.
too. So I'm like,
I'm just getting
there's
agitated
no point,
up. So
yeah, there's no point in continuing on because you can't even get a realistic reading. So
yeah, it's almost like you're torturing the poor guy.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, I mean, just think of poking your finger multiple times. I hate getting my finger pricked. So, yeah.
hate getting
Right.
Oh,
Only if it's finger size.
yeah, there you go. And unfortunately, that is out there. Maybe one day we'll talk about the adventures we had when JJ came, huh? No names.
Maybe one day.
What's that? Say again.
I said maybe one day. Sure.
Oh, okay. Speaking of the language I just used there, one brand new thing we are coming out with is I would like to be able to expand the show to more people, including those people that are like, I know that kind of. So after every live show, which is dirty and filthy, we will have an edited version that will come out the next day that will be much shorter, basically a Cliff Notes version, and much cleaner. So no F-bombs or anything like that. All the dirty language, all the conversations that have to deal with anything of an adult situation. We'll go ahead and knock those out. You can always come back. We're going to keep the regular show up as well, so you can come back and watch the filth and debauchery. But if you're one of those people that you just got to have the clean comedy, then by all means, we'll give it to you. I will open it up to everybody, right? Yep. Tell your grandma. Everybody, tell the world. Which, by the way, just tell one more person. So if you're enjoying the show, click the subscribe button right there at the bottom where it says Generation X, just to the right south of JJ. There's a little red square, says subscribe with a little triangular deal in it. You just hover over that, click it, boom! You are up in here with everybody else. Just subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell as well, so that way it will tell you every time we're about to come on the air or anytime there's any clips or specials. Let me see. Went through that. Also, make sure to catch me and Kenny Bolin and Bob Bangs Hazelwood on the Star Maker Bolin Show every Tuesday and Thursday, 9:05-ish p.m. Heavy on the ish.
Just like our show.
Yeah, pretty much. We try, but it's just always technical difficulties. He just be late. And Saturdays, for the most part, at 9:35-ish p.m. These are all Eastern times. And you can always catch us every Wednesday night at 10:05-ish. We'll try to be on time for the most part. Matter of fact, usually it starts at 10. I say 10:05 because it's supposed to start at 10. So it's just like those relatives that you got to tell them it starts at noon if you want them to show up at 3. So, same rules apply, basically. Let's see. Since I went out of order of myself all up, tell you what, I mentioned that we have a news clip section. I'm going to go ahead and get the first one of those out of the way. I hope to God I can nail this right because the video will take off without me if I don't. So let's get ready. Let's get the background going. Hot, messy news. That's what we're all about. Let's see. I'm going to go solo right quick. Where is my news button? Yeah, see, I was just playing with all this stuff earlier today, so I'm still trying to figure out everything I've done. Like that?
Hot, messy news.
Yeah. Oh, there we are. That's the hot, messy news right there. All right, so let me get this clip going, and I hope it doesn't take off without me. Otherwise, we're going to have to start it over, and that's going to be super duper embarrassing. Let's see here. Make sure I get that. All right, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
You could hear me as I was doing that.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. All right. So the news as of now, Joe Biden is out. Kamala is in. We got this guy who basically looks like if Dr. Doom took Will Wheaton, kidnapped him, put him through the Clockwork Orange deal, made him think about cat ladies and couches, and he became this shit right here. So that's what's going on in politics so far. Just because the lady said that I had never been hit that hard in my life. You know what? I've never been hit as hard as I've been hit in my life until I got hit that hard either.
Right.
Right.
So it's just so everybody was ready to jump on her, and then it turns out, turns out she was born a woman, been a woman, and has 5 losses on her record to women. So, a lot of y'all womp wound up looking pretty damn stupid. And the thing is, a lot of these people say that with their chest. As I can't believe how many people will just speak with their chest about they have absolutely no clue about. And one example I saw that me and my daughter was watching YouTube, and this video just caught my eye. It was called the BBL smell. And I was like, well, that's a thing. And so it was a doctor who was essentially watching clips of all these, people speaking with their chest about like what they've heard or what happens. So essentially the basic, what they're saying about the BBL is like threefold. One, there's like some kind of necrosis of the fat that can happen to where it starts like oozing through the pores or whatever, and it causes a smell. Okay. That's called infection. All right. So even the doctor was shaking his head like, if anything stinks or oozes, that is a sign of needing medical attention. Yep. Like that's not just something that happens when the fat just breaks down. The other one had to do with I forgot. It had something to do with some kind of cells or something. And the brother was just talking like he knew he was talking about, but you watching the doctor like just the fact, the way he said things, he said it so confidently until he got to a part that I know about women. That was just, it sounded like, when brothers be trying to talk about women function and they just sound stupid. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And so you could just tell that. And then the other one was apparently like your ass gets so firm and so hard that it gets hard to wipe up in there. So you're smelling ass. So those were the 3 things that these people, and it was like 2 dudes and a woman talking about it, and they were just, just off the chair. Of course, it was ratchet ass hood rats too. But the doctor was like, no, anything that stinks after a surgery, it's infection, or it's just basically not cleaning yourself very well, because some people just straight up stank. Like, who was it? You, Jay, that has a friend that is in waxing? It might have been Gabby, actually. Okay, talking about how some of them people will just come in right after it or whatever, and ugh, yeah, just come in funky. Oh God! Come in with toilet paper, like leaving. I mean, I just can't imagine going anywhere. When I go to get a testosterone shot, I literally just expose like that much of the top of my ass. I shower like a sumbitch just in case. I never stink or anything like that, but I cannot be funky. I can't be dirty. I can't be the one that they go around saying, "Ugh, nasty." Ugh. So I just don't get that. But to show up and just like spread yourself wide open where all your goods and services are funky,
Right.
like you know they gonna talk about you.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Ugh. Gross. Oh my god. People are so stupid. Whether it's surgery, you're getting cut open, or if you just literally get a cut and it's red, puffy, inflamed, stinks, infection.
Mhm.
Go seek medical attention.
I know that just from watching MASH. Like, as people come in, you got to make shortcuts. If it stinks, it's an infection. If it's this, it's that. But yeah, I mean, funky should never be a side effect of anything.
No.
And again, unless you ain't wiping your
Right.
ass, you ain't cleaning yourself. Because I do know some women that they obviously ain't nobody told them. Because you sit down and just and
Ooh.
yeah, and how do you tell them too?
Yeah.
Especially as a guy, like
Yeah, there was somebody that I worked with that a manager had to have a difficult conversation with a female coworker of mine, and I cannot even imagine having that conversation.
oh, is that the same when we worked together?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so yeah, this lady, and I'm not even trying to be funny, people. I could tell she had been there 5 minutes prior because that smell was still there.
Mm-hmm.
And because I remember I went to make a fax. Kids, a fax machine is when you put this paper in, it sucks it up, and it shoots a copy out on the other side. Like I don't even know if they have them anymore. But excuse me. So I went to make a fax, and there was a lady that was full time that was like, she took the orders off the fax machine, like that was her whole gig. And so when I went over there to get one, I was like, was so and so here? I was like, how long ago? Minutes? I mean, she couldn't even speak, because she was trying to keep her mouth shut. And the best way I could describe that smell was digging deep into your moist hamper and pulling out whatever's deep in the middle that may have fallen in the kitty litter box. Like that smell of kitty litter and ass and sweat and
Cute.
moist and yeah, it was just that combination. And it wasn't just a day. It was like it just
No, it was a while.
but it like started suddenly.
Yeah.
It was like all of a sudden you just who was stinking?
Mhm.
And it was like it went on for like 2 weeks. And then like everybody figured it out, because it was like as soon as she walked by, it was like, "Hot damn!" There was only that. I think only black people can say when something stinks real bad. It's just one sound, just a big, and it's terrible.
Yeah, you could tell when she crossed her legs. You could tell when she walked by.
Yeah, because it was different aromas for each one.
Yep. It was.
So
And she had kids.
3, yeah.
Yeah, that was the other thing. I mean, for one, she couldn't take care of herself. But imagine these poor kids. If she couldn't take care of herself, she probably couldn't take care of them.
We all remember the pee-pee kid from elementary. I remember her name to this day.
I remember the kid in my class too.
Yep, the pee-pee. I know who you're talking about too.
Yep.
But yeah, we all remember the pissy kid. We all remember the ass kid.
Mm-hmm.
And that was why, especially with my family, a lot of us were kind of fat. But our people were making sure that we washed our ass every day because, like, you ain't gonna be fat and stinking. People already think that that's what's happening anyway. You see a fat mom, they stink. But let's see. So back to the news here, real quick. We are going to. Well, I didn't want to end the show with this one, so we're going to do it in the middle. Not millennials. What are we? Gen X. Duh. That's what the whole damn show is about. Gen X. The thing that sucks about us is we're starting to lose all of our people. Because we've already had a bunch of deaths since the last time we were on. It was, of course, February. And I'm not going to get them all, but these are some of the major ones. So if I miss one, I was
gonna say Wilson's not.
Yeah, no. So we lost Toby Keith, Donald Sutherland, Shelley Duvall, Sheldon Peterson, Carl Weathers, Dabney Coleman, Lou Gossett Jr., Shannon Doherty, Bob Ross, No, I'm just playing. Richard Simmons and Bob Newhart with shows such as Newhart, The Bob Newhart Show, and Bob.
And Big Bang
Professor
Theory.
Proton is who we know him as. So Generation X, it sucks. We're getting old. That's all there is to it. Just old. So who did I miss? Well, who was one of the big ones I missed? Because I put that together like a week ago. Obviously, I didn't miss anybody big.
I was going to say, I can't think of anybody. The last person I remember was Shannon Doherty.
Mm-hmm. There was 3 in one day, wasn't it? Because it was not in one day. It was 3 in 3 days. It was you want to say Bob Ross, Richard Simmons, Shannon Doherty, and Bob Newhart. That was all within like 3 days, wasn't it? Which, you know, it always sucks too, because when I start to remember that somebody's old, you know, I'm always like, I wonder how they're doing. And then they die like 2 weeks later. It happened with Ed Asner. It happened with the dad from Patty Duke's show. And it just happened with Newhart. So I need to quit thinking about these old people. So I saw Dick Van Dyke and I had to turn it, no! but he's still dancing. He's still good. And I'll tell you what, I bet you he will make it past 100 because he's 98 right now. And have you seen the latest videos of him dancing after he won his award? My man still got some rhythm. I don't have the clip right now. I wish I did. But he still dances like he danced on the Dick Van Dyke show. Like he still has that kind of rhythm. He's still happy. And I'm gonna tell you what, it's the dancing. When I used to do a lot of workouts for the elderly with what do you call those, retirement homes, assisted living. I mean, all of them really. But especially the assisted living where they were old, you know, and they were just trying to regain motion and stuff like that. This guy, I swore he was 65, maybe 70. He had because he had a nice brown beard. You know, he was balding up top, but he was about 6'2", lanky, just like Dick Van Dyke, you know, built just like him. But he was just nailing these moves. And I noticed his wife seemed 30 years older than he was. And after we got to talking, his wife was 72. This man was 93. I had no clue because he was a pharmacist in World War II. I mean, so he was an old man. But we got to talking and he said he just danced all his life. And the dancing always made him happy. And I was like, you know, there's something to that because everybody I know that dances, hell, Vicky, who I used to work with, she's 72 now, I believe. But she's danced all her life, you know, and that's what keeps her going is the dancing. So, you know, if anything, even if you don't have any rhythm, what was it I said, JJ? I don't have rhythm, but how did I say that? I have rhythm, I don't have melody.
Yes.
Because I can get down, but I can't really dance because I'm heavy-footed. I'm like George Foreman. If I was a boxer, I'd be that one that just stands still and just throws the punches. Have I been watching any of the Olympics? Not really. Only because I forgot. You know, I get to watching streaming. And sometimes I lose touch with the outside world for like a few weeks. Like I'll come back to some news like, God damn, all that happened? Like, I didn't know there was a hurricane until today. Honestly. I mean, I wasn't paying that much attention. Oops. But as far well, you know what?
Snoop has been he's been, I don't want to say narrating because that's not the word. He's been announcing, he's been the announcer for a lot of the Olympics. And
who's that? You say Snoop?
Ever.
I'm sorry, say again?
It's the best thing ever.
But who did you say it was?
Oh, Snoop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my man's been dressing pretty cool too, hasn't he? Yeah. Did you see him and Martha Stewart with their horse get up? Yeah, my man looks like he has some fun. And you know what I respect about him too? Him and his wife have been together for 30-something years.
Wow.
Real chill.
Yeah, I saw the pictures of him and Martha together, and there was something to the effect of saying that, you know, she loves horses, but he's pretty much terrified of horses, but he still wanted to hang out with her. So that says a lot about their friendship.
I bet he's fun to hang out with.
Oh yeah.
I bet he is too.
Just chill. Did you see that picture of him with his dad? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna bow for a second. You guys talk amongst yourselves while I load that up.
So I love some Snoop. I have a
He's so
girlfriend that
cool.
thinks he's sexy as hell. I don't think he's sexy, but I think he's funny as hell and he's
He's
Yep.
like
chill.
that cool uncle.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think he'd be so just fun to hang out with, he'd just kick it with them. And you
Yep.
could sit back and people watch with him. And that's basically what he did at the Olympics. And it was great. I've only watched it because of him.
That's awesome.
Oh, did you guys ever see that picture of Bret Hart where he was with Snoop Dogg?
Uh-uh.
Oh, I gotta find this. Every time a celebrity gets with Snoop Dogg, they gotta smoke with him.
Oh yeah.
And it's funny, you can tell who smokes on a regular
Oh
basis
yeah, I
and
saw
who's
that.
getting. Hey,
Yeah. And then was it Flavor Flav had donated?
oh, he sponsored the women's polo team, water
Yeah,
polo.
water polo team. Um, I don't know if you heard about that, but he was saying that basically he was sponsoring them because one, he's a father of girls. He understands the importance of niche sports, but he also didn't believe or he didn't understand the concept of women having to work 2 to 3 jobs in order to survive and still compete in the Olympics. So
Ain't that crazy?
yeah, he's like, I'm giving all my money towards these people so they can actually do what they want to do, which is amazing.
It's like a lot of wrestlers. You see them on TV and think they just straight up chilling, and no, they were making some were making 75 grand, but it's the road expenses too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Um,
I can't even imagine because I was just thinking back. So around December, Coltrane's parents came to visit us for Christmas, and they were able to stay at a hotel that they've stayed at quite a few times. And I want to say that his dad said that per night it was like $80 a night. I could be off by a little bit, but let's just say $80 a night.
let's do it.
So then they came to visit us in March, like that following March. Well, that's College World Series time. He said that the hotel price went up, what was it, 3 times the
Oh, yeah.
price just because College World Series. So imagine being in a sport where you have to go to all these different locations that have College World Series or other things like that, where the prices for a hotel are ridiculous just based
Yeah.
on what's going on in that town, but you have to be there. You have no choice. It's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You can't. There is no DNA test needed.
Oh my God.
He look like he about to lay out a lazy rhyme, don't he? Let me tell you
Really
what, son. Let's go down to the Dairy Queen and get some ice cream. Because I never hesitate to pull a fool on his back. And
Damn.
here is Canadian legend Bret the Hitman Hart trying to pretend that he's not high. I love that look because there's always that dude that thinks they can hang with you
Yep.
when you're a vet like that.
Mhm.
Because I always tell
Mhm.
people, don't try to. It's just like those major alcoholics that they can drink like bottomless bottles of whiskey, and if you drank like
You've
a
been
tenth of
covered.
that, you would die.
Yeah.
That's how I am with weed. It's like people try to keep up with me. Don't try that.
Mm-mm.
And it's like I'll still be because I'm like Snoop Dogg. It's like you get to a certain level and then you just stay there. If you're a veteran at it. But some newbies, boy, they get to that level and then it starts creeping up on a little bit. Every time. I think I smoked too much. Yeah, try to tell your ass. Don't try to keep up. Don't try to keep up with an alcoholic, and don't try to keep up with a seasoned weed head.
Mm-mm. Oh, shit, an alcoholic is even worse.
Oh,
You
God.
die from
Oh
that.
yeah, you get it. Oh, so again, remember, catch us every Wednesday at. Oh, I thought you guys were prepared.
I was gonna say 7 o'clock Arizona
7
time,
o'clock,
but
7:05
it was 7:05.
Arizona time,
Ish.
10:05 Eastern,
Always at ish.
always ish. And then you can catch me and Kenny Tuesday, Thursday, 9:05 ish Eastern time, and possibly Saturdays at 9:35. Just kind of depends on if there's sports on, if we feel like it. if my feet hurt, just kind of, just whatever. If I'm hungry, just whatever. Um, so as we were deciding to do this show, um, before I was trying to make it something that was just like, oh, we'll make money with the show and everything. And now, it's like, let's just have some fun, because from that, um, just have as much fun as possible, inform as many people of as many things that needs to be taught, and give people an escape from the brutality of the world right now. Just laugh at yourself, laugh at me, laugh at the
Me.
situations. Yeah. But yeah, we're just here to basically put a smile on your face, make with the ha-has, and just kind of get you away from all for a little while. So I'm not as worried about format and structure as I used to be. Let's have fun. We're gonna try to make it more interactive, because I was reading that there are actual ways to do like poll real time on Facebook, or not Facebook, YouTube, polls, and what am I trying to say?
More interactive.
Yeah, just more interactive, where we can actually do things with one another. So I'm really I'm trying to study a lot of that, so we can make it fun. We can have a little bit more games. Again, be on the lookout after the show ends. It's probably going to be tomorrow morning, because it takes a few minutes to edit. But there will be a cleaner version. A lot of the subject matter that may be a little taboo will be taken out of those. Probably be a 10-minute show when you take out all the cussing. But hey, it's this is something your grandma can watch, right? Um, let's see. Do you have the darlings ready?
Okay. Man, quote, sets home on fire because he did
Take
not want
two.
to clean up his new puppy's mess.
It's like burn house down?
Right. Yes. After allegedly burning down his house, Randy Nethkin from West Virginia had been arrested and charged with first-degree arson. He even set up a GoFundMe campaign appealing to the well wishes of the general public to help him out. Officials accused Nethkin of maybe West Virginia of becoming.
Oh, there we go. It all makes sense now.
Upset with the puppy for defecating all over the house. Nethkin originally told emergency responders the blaze started in the attic of his home. The firefighters found the source of the fire to be around other parts of the house. There were, quote, multiple separate and distinct non-communicating fires. So
not well planned.
No. So instead of just picking up after your puppy after he defecates, or first actually just putting him outside before he takes his house, you just decided to burn up the house. So that now where are you going to live? So you have this puppy who's still going to shit, and you have nowhere to live. That's stupid.
It's like, I know a cousin who wanted to sell her vehicle, but forgot that's how you go to work.
Yeah. Oh, JJ, you're muted. If you were trying
Yeah, you have your mute on, Jay. Let me get rid of that. Okay, can you speak? I still can't hear you.
Nope.
Keep trying. New story.
Man with fake FBI badge and BB gun arrested after shooting a motorist and road rage incident.
Uh-oh.
A man who allegedly had a fake FBI badge and a BB gun has been arrested after a road rage incident involving shots being fired at a passing vehicle. Officers in Michigan were dispatched to a report of possible shots being fired during a road rage incident, according to a statement of the Warren Police Department. Dispatch received a call from a motorist who claimed that a male occupant of a white Toyota SUV shot at his vehicle as the victim was attempting to pass the suspect. The victim also reported that the male suspect had displayed a gold law enforcement type badge to him during the incident. So
And he got it. Toys R Us.
he's sticking his arm out the window. Look what I have!
Mm-hmm.
As he's shooting at him. What a dumbass.
Good Lord.
Officers effected a traffic stop on the Toyota and made contact with the lone male occupant driver. Officers located the BB pellet pistol inside the suspect's vehicle, along with an exact copy of an FBI badge and credentials.
All that so he could pull somebody over.
Yeah. This guy, he was a 55-year-old man from Southfield, Michigan.
You too old to be playing with badges, boy.
The Warren Police Department also said that nobody was injured during the road rage incident, and that the firearm used in the altercation was a BB pellet gun.
He probably accidentally shot himself in the balls with that one too. Good
That's
Lord.
what he'd get. All right. People.
Yeah, and that's why we call them Darwin's darlings.
Yep.
Got a little commercial coming up here. As we mentioned in October, Off the Rail will be coming back, but it's coming back as a whole different deal. It's gonna be skit comedy. It's going to involve animals, Muppets, and humans acting like we don't know we're not supposed to be in the same world. So here's a little preview of that, and we will be right back on the other side.
It's your life and I'm not gonna live it. The change is coming as you do. I'm gonna take you over the limit. You know I'm only looking out for you. Get lucky. Get lucky. I see you get lucky too. I'll be there when you get it right. That's the beauty of living my life. Hold on, baby, I'm taking you back to school.
So be on the lookout for that October 4th. Still writing, still producing, still filming. So that should be fun. And JJ, you got your character at home, right? You took him. Remember the puppet I sent home with? Girl, I cannot hear you. Turn it on.
No sound from you.
No sound.
We need to all learn sign language or something.
Something. Hold up those signs like Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah. Maybe a sign that says, what? Yes. No.
See him. Thank you so much. Try to put some effort in for y'all ever so often. So yeah, look for that October 4th. It is a Friday. It's not going to be live, of course, because that's just too much work. I mean, there's a lot involved. There will be animation. It's I don't really know how to describe it. It's pretty much like everything you've seen before, but like nothing you've ever seen before. So, I mean, that's almost like kind of yes, kind of no, but definitely kind of.
Yeah. Definitely maybe.
Definitely maybe. Get it fixed yet? Oh, you know what? Your
She's
mute
still
button's on.
muted. And I can't unmute you, so you have to unmute
You have to unmute yourself.
There.
Jeez.
Can you
Nope.
hear me?
Nope.
Not yet.
Nope.
I can hear you guys very clearly.
There you
Okay,
go.
we can hear you.
What the hell did you do?
Move the wire. I don't know.
Yeah, you know that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe make sure it's plugged in all the way. It doesn't click.
I
It
I
doesn't
did.
stick.
I thought I did. Thought I did, and here I was. Whatever.
So anyway, now we're gonna basically it's kind of a what would you do situation. This is where we have the discussions. There is an offer coming out of Finland right now where Finland has claimed the top spot in the United Nations Sustainable Development Solution Network's World's Happiness Report 2023 considers various factors such as income, mental, physical well-being, and societal generosity to measure. So what they're doing, Finland is offering people free vacations to come and learn how to be happy. I don't know how long this lasts, but would you guys take a free vacation to Finland to learn how to be happy? And what do you think that entails?
I actually know somebody who grew up in Finland, so I would probably say, I'm coming. You need to come over here so I can actually meet you, because she now lives in Dublin. But she seems happy.
Oh, she's Finnish?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Let's see, what was the other one?
What about you, JJ?
And if it was free, yes, absolutely. I would absolutely go. I need to learn how to have fun.
Yep.
Yeah, especially up the last vacation you took. That was like the first one you took in a long time, wasn't it? Down
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to see a whole new JJ.
And you learn that you can go other places, and they have places that you can go for your dialysis. You don't have to just be stuck at home for the rest of your life.
Right.
JJ learned a
And
lot
I-
about herself here.
And it's not horrible to travel and do the dialysis. So
Yep.
No, once you break that seal, it's once
Yep.
you do it the first time, it's all gravy after that. Doing pretty good, Ghost. How you doing, man? Glad to be back. Yeah, it's been a slow process because as I told a lot of you people, what was it, last week or whatever? Last week, the week before? Yeah, there was a lot of mental health, a lot of depression. And then no matter how much you want to come up out of it, if you ain't ready, you ain't ready. And go ahead.
yeah.
I was going to say depression and grief. Because we unfortunately had to put our dog to sleep several months ago, and so Coltrane thought that he was suffering from depression for a really long period of time, and his psychiatrist was the one that actually said depression can look like grief. You're still probably going through the grief process, and each person goes through their own grief process, and they have to take their own time to get through that. There's not a set amount of time. I mean, you can't say, well, your grief process should only be 2 weeks. Why are you taking so long?
Yeah, there's no formula.
No, and
No,
there's
not at
how
all.
many steps of grief is 5? Five steps of grief, and you can touch upon each one of those steps multiple times.
Mm-hmm. And I have. I mean, even recently, I can go back, to certain things because, you're putting stress on a structure that's not really up to code anyway. And, so some things can get real rickety up there, and that's one of those things where, especially men, it's time to quit. If you're depressed, quit letting it come out as anger. Get help. Because more and more people are doing it. It's not being. It doesn't make you any less of a man, but especially for the people around you. If you're married, if you have kids or anything like that, you have no idea how much what you say and do affects the people around you. Matter of fact, I always say when people ask how you are, I say how my kids are. That's how I am. And that was really tested because after we lost the dog, then the cat got out. And of course, we showed you when the turtle escaped that plank of wood that came out because of the goddamn painters. Well, the cat normally doesn't even like to go, like she goes outside, but it's walled. So she normally doesn't even like to go over the wall or, she doesn't like to go out anywhere. So when she was gone, it was really just peculiar.
When we finally found her, she was about 2 miles from our house.
Mm-hmm.
And fortunately, she was microchipped, and I don't know what our delay was, why we didn't register her or
we already
her
had
name under the microchip. But when we finally did, it was literally the next day when somebody had found her, took her to the vet, and we were able to get reunited. So I highly recommend if you have an animal to get the animal microchipped, because that was our saving grace.
I think say go a step further because they have that thing called Home Again,
Oh yeah.
where it's like you register, it's like a secondary registration, but it's like directly to you instead of like having to go to the vet where they have to look up the number and then look you up. And it just goes like right to the service. And there's like networks where it's really hard to describe. You just have to look it up, but it's called Home Again. And generally, when you adopt a pet from the Humane Society, they should give you all that information. But yeah, and with the cat, I thought it was already done because it was microchipped. So for some reason, it just escaped me. And that's something else with depression. There's been a lot of holes in my memory lately. And people, oh, it's the weed. No, I've been smoking weed since it's been 16 years now. And that's the other thing. I was not a weed smoker in high school, as in my 20s or anything like that. My first puff of weed, I was 30. And it was the day my daughter was born. I was stressed. But it's just piling up. And it was actually my mom, like, why are you smoking weed? She was right.
Yeah, well, it was 2008 when economy was,
Oh man.
and then we had
our house went upside down overnight.
Yep.
It went from being worth 100, and this is back in 2008. It was worth 125 one day, 72 the next.
Damn.
Just that fast. Yep, the bottom just fell out.
Damn.
So yeah, that was a time. Can you throw those last two comments up there, Ghost? No, answer that one. Look right at you. Look at you. Hit the button. Learn your role. You thought of trying ketamine therapy. I have a friend who starts Monday with the IV drip ketamine therapy, with the psychiatrist's office, controlled environment, everything in another. I think he probably copied and pasted or something like that. Oh, our tags. Yeah. And matter of fact, I went even beyond that. They're not the Apple eye tags, but they're these little black boxes that are like waterproof, and they do the same thing as the AirTag does, so you can track it like right to where it is. I have one of those. I have this thing called eye tracker next to that, and they're chipped. So, and then the cameras, that was the other thing that just really pissed me off, was none of the cameras picked up any of this, because it's always the day before. There's either wind or something whipping around that triggers the camera because it's so sensitive. So I'll turn down the sensitivity, and of course that's wind escapes. Yeah. So it's just been one of those, like, literally since March, it's just been one thing after another. And then if it wasn't that, it's like a surprise bill comes up, like, you get $50 and all of a sudden here's a $60 bill. It's like, damn. Yep.
That it?
But to answer the question, Ghost, I have thought about it. I've actually thought about that, and why am I blank? Psychedelics, controlled psychedelics. That's something I'm actually looking into. I don't know when I'll actually be able to do it, but I've heard a lot of great things about it. Matter of fact, even Mike Tyson said that it was a toad looking like that, that it essentially saved his life. Or nothing but good thing. Yeah, me too. It's just a matter of finding, a place that I trust, or that. Yeah, so I just have to do a little bit more research. But thank you for bringing that up, because I do want to try that. Go ahead, baby.
Just wait till next year and go to the powwow with me. Smoke some peyote. It's a whole different.
When?
Whole different. Well, the powwow just left, so another 365 days.
364, probably, right?
Yeah.
We had no extra days.
363, maybe.
So what did you do for your birthday? You said not much.
I didn't do much. I did, but at the same time, I did a whole lot. Sunday, my sister took me to get my toenails done, and then we went to Jack's for tacos. And Monday, I skipped dialysis because it was my birthday, and I waited until Amy got off work, and then Amy and I went and got our nails done, and then we went to dinner at La Paz, and then of course we shut the place down, and then we sat in our cars and talked for hours ongoing. So
I'm sure there was a smoke.
Mm-hmm.
La Paz is, for me, I love their chips and salsa. I have not gone to another restaurant that has the same chips and salsa, because most of the time restaurants like fry their chips, and my stomach can't handle that.
She got a bad guts.
Amy dips her tortilla chips in mayonnaise. She dipped them in mayonnaise. Amy,
what terrorist did that nasty?
Like we're getting ready to order, and she's, the lady brought out the chips and salsa. And she says, "Can I have a side order of mayonnaise?" Sorry. I said, "Ew, for what?" And she was like, "For my chips."
Now, who is
And
this?
she ate them like that.
Who?
My best friend.
Oh,
She's yes.
now Amy, don't do that no more. Gross.
Now
I
she
didn't.
loves mayonnaise. She loves mayonnaise more than any person I've ever met. But
Mm,
that was
that's gross.
I was like, oh,
Did you try it?
I did.
Did you throw up a little bit?
No, it's actually weirdly not gross.
Mm.
So did she dip it in mayonnaise and then salsa, or just mayonnaise?
No salsa, just the mayonnaise.
Okay, either one is gross.
Mm.
But the other thing is, it really, really surprises me that a Mexican food restaurant actually has mayonnaise.
Well, yeah.
I thought about that too, but they're obviously not authentic Mexican, I guess.
Oh, well, no.
Yeah, I'm guessing that Taco Bell make. Well, you know what? La Paz was owned by my friend's parents, who is very white,
hmm
and I don't think they own it anymore. I think they
And they
sold it off, but yeah, it was definitely a white family
to
that owned
another
it.
to another family that is very white as
Right.
Oh
well.
yeah,
So,
Yeah.
okay,
yeah. But
yeah.
it's still good food. I mean, I still love it. I'm not bashing La Paz and Amy. I'm certainly not bashing you. I just think it's out of when you find things out like that that are out of the ordinary. I've never met anybody that loves mayonnaise the way that she does,
Amy, I'm saying that
except
shit
one
is
of my
straight up gross.
granddaughters.
Ugh. Huh?
I think Tyra's oldest daughter loves mayonnaise about that much. I
Mm.
don't understand it. I'm like,
I can
I
take like a
just,
very
I
thin
like
layer of
mayonnaise,
mayonnaise on
but
my sandwich.
yep,
Mm.
I like
that's the only thing I want it on is a sandwich. I'm sorry, I don't want it on a hamburger. I don't want it on a hot dog. I don't want it on
A
anything
hot
else
dog.
except for a sandwich. Well, I don't know.
Ugh.
Do people eat it like that? I don't.
I've seen
I
people
just
do
don't.
it. Hot dog and
Yeah.
excuse me, mayonnaise and relish.
Oh, yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Because, like, that's like tartar sauce.
That don't belong in a hot dog.
No. But I put
right.
mayonnaise on my burger because I love Burger King's burgers or
hmm
Whoppers, and it's made with
Yeah,
mayonnaise and
and they
ketchup.
do. They do have mayonnaise
That
on them. Yep.
good combination, yeah. Not extra globby, but just enough
No.
that you can taste it.
When
Yeah.
I see it, I look like
Coltrane is
this.
disgusted. He goes for barbecue sauce for everything.
Oh yeah, I'm a barbecue sauce connoisseur. Yeah, it better be good barbecue sauce too,
Already.
because you can't trip me that craft.
No.
No, it better be the Sweet Baby Ray's.
Baby
Mm-hmm.
Is
Ray's,
that what
yep.
kind you like? Is that what kind
Yeah,
you
and
like?
you know what? If you take cookies and add to it, cookies is a good base
Oh,
because it's got that real
yeah.
like even sweet kind of flavor. It reminds me of the old
hmm
barbecue sauce back in elementary school. Well, I'm sure they use cookies because that was Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's why it does.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. I don't think that's even national though, is it? I think that's a regional thing. You
I
guys
don't
have
know.
cookies barbecue sauce out there? Let me know. Any place but Nebraska. Tyra loves some barbecue and she loves cookies barbecue sauce.
Yep.
Apparently. Oh man. Well, I think we pretty much wrapped up everything we were going to talk about this week. Next week we will be discussing a few more. Like, what would you do? Actually, I don't even have that written down. I had
Did
something.
we do it? What would you do?
Yeah, we just talked about.
Oh, the one, yeah, the Finland one. Yeah.
And we also talked about.
You're right. Some things just do not go together. They
the Great
just
Wall of
don't.
Volva.
Mm.
The Great Wall of Volva.
Hey, Katie, I didn't see you up in here. How you doing? Yeah, I was just about to say something. I completely blanked out. Go ahead.
The ghost said Mexican restaurants will have mayonnaise because they put them on their torta sandwich.
The what?
Never had a torta.
Gross.
Mm.
That don't sound good.
Huh. I
And
didn't know that.
lady, yes, pregnant lady combo there. No kidding. Just like pickles and whatever else. There's so many people
Uh-huh.
that create pickles when they're pregnant.
What is that too? It's like pickles and something else. Like it's always pickles and something that
Ice
don't belong
cream.
with pickles. Like ice cream.
Ice
Yeah.
cream. Ice
That's
cream.
sweet and salty.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
I saw, and I wonder how this tastes, but it can't be good. Avocado ice cream, and apparently you sprinkle sea salt on it. And
Yeah.
No, I don't even want to try that. No.
Take a spoonful and see what it tastes like. And I would
oh,
probably
somebody
gross.
else's. Yeah.
Do
I
they
like
have?
avocado.
Do they still have the 31 flavors? You know, where you can go
Baskin
and try a
Robbins.
little spoonful. Yes.
Yeah. I think it's just
Still
called 31 flavors now, though.
Okay. Yeah, I love the
Baskin
flavor.
Robbins.
Now I'll try ice cream from there, or if they have it at the
Well,
UNL
yeah, because they
Dairy
got that
Store.
little spoon.
Yep.
You ain't got to buy the whole damn thing.
They're that pickle and Dr. Pepper bullshit right now.
Girl, you pregnant? Or you just like nasty
She
Cheerios
just
and
likes
peanut butter
nasty.
sandwich? Katie.
What?
combination is that?
Cheerios and peanut butter
Now, I'll tell
sandwich.
you what I did used to do when I was little. I'd have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I put potato chips in it.
Yeah.
That a
Yeah.
little bit of salt because I wanted it to crunch.
Mhm.
But yeah, just Cheerios. There's something about Cheerios that kind of there's like a pissy smell to it. Like I don't know how to describe it, but it just Cheerios smell weird to me. Do you guys smell it? Especially the honey nut.
No,
Yeah.
I like Cheerios.
Honey has that smell to it.
Well, no, I like the taste, but I mean,
No,
just
I
next time, just dip your head in there, and it's gonna smell like piss.
Mhm.
It's just
All
a
right.
weird. It's a weird smell, but yeah, I probably up Cheerios for a whole bunch. Steve, throw that other comment up there, Tyrus. Hell no, I don't need that shit. It's a TikTok thing.
Mm.
That's like I could smell my Cheerios. Yeah, see, smell like piss, didn't it? There's a lot of stupid on TikTok, like these what do you call them, Gen Z and Gen Alpha or whatever, acting like they discovered Coke floats.
Right?
Like they're like it was some brand new, like, well, I took my ice cream and I put it in my Coke. Oh, and they just go all crazy and shit, running doing like
Oh, I know.
I hate that shit. It's like we were doing that when we was 5, like the year
Right.
of our Lord 1982. But well, for you,
And wait till they figure out that they can put their French fries in their Frosties at Wendy's. Holy
yeah.
they've
hell!
done that too.
So good.
I saw something else. They were the chocolate malts or whatever, where they were scooping the fries. Yeah,
Yep.
this is yeah.
They're so dumb.
Sound like a dude on Numb Fights. What's that?
Burnt.
Bum Fight. Okay, there we go.
Put that second one up quickly.
But yeah, just. But anyway, like I was saying, I think we pretty much covered everything that I had here. And next week, I do have what we'll talk about next week. What would you do if you could be invisible for 1 hour? Think about that. Don't say it right now, but we'll talk about that next week. And also, if you were in the same situation as Biden is right now, where you're a lame duck president, what would you do knowing that there's nothing that can happen to you? And nothing like, oh, I would make the country a better place, or I would feed the poor, something personal, something that's just for you that, I'm the president, I can do that, so it's for me and my family. So those are 2 questions we're going to look at next week. We're going to have a few more previews for the upcoming Off the Rail show. We will be, I think that's all I have. I thought I had more than that. It's funny, you do all that work and all that preparation, and it feels like you have a long list because it took you 13 hours to get it done. And you read it off in 30 seconds.
Especially if you're nervous.
That's the thing, though. I wasn't even nervous. It was like I just been working on this all day, and it just seems like when I was working, I was like, oh, I got like 15 minutes worth of shit. And it zipped by in like a minute and a half. I'm like,
No, I'm talking about like when you're in school, back when you were in school.
oh
and you
yeah.
do a 5-minute presentation
Mhm.
and you prepare for it and you practice at home and you try to speak as slowly as you possibly can. Yeah, I have this thing at 8 minutes, and even if I
Mhm.
talk fast, then I will definitely hit the 5-minute mark. You go up there and you're like, and you're done at 2.5
And
minutes.
scenes.
Son of a bitch! Didn't even make the 5 minutes.
God damn it. Also, we want to hear more from you guys. Like, what do you want to hear about? What topics do you want to hear about? What topics do you need to hear about? Are there things that you're embarrassed to talk about with other people that I'm not embarrassed to talk about? Because there's really nothing I'm embarrassed to talk about. Let's see, is off the rail the naughty shit? No, off the rail is I'm gonna play the commercial before we end the show again. But off the rail is more of a skit comedy show, and it's it's gonna naughty's not the word. It's gonna be adult. Let's put it that way. But no, it's skit comedy. It's gonna be basically the Muppets, humans, cartoons, a lot of that. Coming in either December or January, we will have our production of Reefer Madness, which will be in production starting probably next month. I'm not going to go into it. I'm not going to tell you what it's all about or anything like that, but it's going to be entertaining. Um, so look for that December, January. October 4th is when Off the Rail comes out. We will be doing more shows of a sexual nature here and there. It's not going to be an extra show. It's just going to be this show that has a few special episodes, a very special episode of Blossom. We will have the women's night again. We will have game night. We will have probably a men's health segment, mental health segment. Get some of my boys up in here. And so for the rest of the year, we're just gonna have as much fun as possible. Um, see how many
Mary Catherine
creations we can come up
Gallagher.
with. What's that?
Katie said with Mary Catherine Gallagher. It just I just read it. It just cracked me up. Sorry.
She's a nut, by the way. So don't encourage her. But we'll have more Darwin's Darlings. We'll have more episodes, more back to school segments coming up, more weird and odd history. But again, we want to hear from you guys. Tell us what you want to see, hear, participate in, and we'll try to make it happen. But before we take off, we're going to go ahead and show you guys the commercial one more time for those of you who missed it.